First up this morning, Marsy stands for all of us and anyone who's a victim of a crime, no matter where they live.
Here to fill us in on what Marsy's Law is all about, Will Batista, the Regional Director for Marsy's Law for All. Hey, Will, how are you?
Good morning. Very well. Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you.
Okay, so let's jump right into this. The State Senate has a resolution we're looking at. It's called Senate Joint Resolution 17, Marsy's Law. What does it propose?
So what we're proposing, or what the resolution is doing, is elevating the rights of crime victims from the statutory level to the constitutional level. So in like manner that, many criminals, when there's an offense that happens, they get read a number of different rights.
Yeah.
What we're proposing is that victims also get a set of proposed rights, and so that's what it covers.
I was reading the website earlier, and it really makes when you're convicted. When you're accused of a crime, you are read all these rights, your Miranda rights. In a lot of states, those rights are not given to the person that's a victim of the crime. And somehow a light bulb's gone off and said, you know what, maybe that's a little upside down.
Yeah, in fact, 15 states currently do not have constitutional provisions for victims' rights. Nevada, thankfully, is one of those who we hope, if Senate Joint Resolution 17 or SJR 17 passes, we hope that Nevada will be taken off that list and we'll only be left with 14 states instead. But there are several states around the country that actually do provide constitutional rights for victims, and we want to make Nevada one of those.
And the ultimate goal is to amend the United States Constitution.
That's a potential. Right now we're concentrating on making sure that, state by state, that these
which might be easier, frankly.
It's the last time the Constitution was amended was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
And we're trying to put this law in place here in Nevada.
Correct.
Is what's right in front of us. Now, Marsy's Law, tell us a little bit about how it was named, the history of the bill. I believe it was first passed in California.
Yeah, so a little bit of history. Marsy's Law first passed in California, and then in 2014 it passed in Illinois. This past year we just passed in Montana, North and South Dakota.
Oh, wow.
So it's really a movement that's spreading across the country. And so the history of Marsy's Law, Marsy Lee Nicholas, who the bill is named after, was a college student in 1983 at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Her boyfriend unfortunately took her life. A few days after the crime occurred, her family actually ran into the murderer as they were walking out of a grocery store.
Wow.
He then, continued to harass the family, and that was a point where their family realized, hey, we should have rights as victims as well. And so that's where the movement kind of got its start, and that's why it's called Marsy's Law.
Wow, my goodness. So what's the step? What steps now take place in the legislature to make this law?
Yeah, so in Nevada, in order to amend the Constitution, you actually have to pass the legislature twice.
Yes.
Which, it's amending the Constitution. It's a serious thing, and we want it to be treated as such. So in 2015, the legislature passed, and now we're up for consideration again this year. So if we pass this year, we then go onto the ballot in 2018 for voters to actually have their voice and casting their ballots for Marsy's Law. So currently it's in the Senate, and we encourage people to make sure to reach out to their legislators.
It takes a long time to steer a ship, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
My goodness.
Well, it's such an important law. I think that it really has so much support around it. What is it important that people can do today? Just after watching our show, how can they let their legislators know?
Yeah, so you can actually find your legislator on the legislative website. Okay. We encourage you to email them and make sure that your voice is heard, that you encourage them to support SJR 17. We will have a hearing in the next few weeks, and so if you feel strongly enough to come out and support us there, we'd love for you to do that. You can also, one of the more easy things to do is you can go onto our Facebook page. You can like us, share some of the stories that are on there, and connect with other folks as well who share that passion for crime victims.
And that Facebook page is SJR 17? Or
no, it's Marsy's Law for Nevada on Facebook.
Awesome.
Great.
And then our Twitter handle at Marsy's Law for NV.
We got about 30 seconds left. What was the motivating factor for you to get involved with this law?
This is one of those no-brainer kind of causes.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly that everybody should be treated equally and fairly. And I think this is one of those things that it doesn't matter whether, you know, you're rich or poor, white, black, educated, non-educated, you know, crime affects everybody, unfortunately. And so I think it's just an important cause to be a part of, and it's a great cause that brings everybody together, no matter what your philosophy is.
And as we've
For
seen
sure.
time and again, no-brainer legislation does need a champion, or else no brains come to the table. It's great having you, my friend.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate you guys shedding some light on this issue.
And appreciate you guys
Absolutely.
pushing it forward. Again, endorse the measure through their Facebook page if you'd like, or if you'd like, get it. It's a Facebook comment. Links rather, more information can be found at marsyslaw.us as well. You could also send an email to lawmakers and get this thing moving.
Yeah, let's do this.